Welcome to Rabbit Time with Caroline. Today I got a call from someone that wanted information about their rabbit that had stopped eating all of a sudden. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this when a rabbit goes into GI stasis. Every week I get calls from people when this happens, and often they've been to a vet, and unfortunately not all the vets are familiar with it. So I like to go over things with people, so if this happens to your rabbit, you'll have a good idea of what to do and what to do at the vet. So when your rabbit doesn't eat, I consider it an emergency. You know, in the morning, you might give them some pellets or a treat, and they look at it, turn the other way, or just don't go to eat it. That means that the rabbit has gone into GI stasis. So unlike cats, rabbits can't vomit. Cats groom themselves, hair gets into their system and they vomit up a hairball. Rabbits groom themselves, hair gets into their GI tract and they can't vomit. So one reason rabbits need unlimited hay is to help moving the fur through. Another thing is it's very important to have your rabbits groomed. Even if you're brushing them yourself, if you do a good job and can get off a lot of fur, that's wonderful. But if not, it is good to brush them, but then take them to a grooming place. So we do grooming at our locations in Southern California at Bunny Bunch Boutique. But anyway, so back to GI stasis. That can be one reason, can be hair in a rabbit's GI tract. But there's so many different reasons. And one thing I hear all the time from people, they went to the vet because their rabbit wasn't eating and the vet gave them some meds, sent them home. The first thing I ask is, did they have an x-ray done? And often I hear no. The problem is, if you don't have an x-ray done, you're not going to be able to see, or the vet's not going to be able to see what's going on in the GI. And this is really important because they can have a look and see, oh, guess what? The GI looks normal. Then something else is causing it. Or they can see, is this GI stasis where everything stopped, slowed down? Is this bloat where the rabbit's bloated? And so that's really important. And if they don't see anything there, it's a good idea to get blood work done. A pretty common thing that I hear more and more now is twisted liver lobe. So this has happened, you know, I've heard about it for years, but unfortunately, I think a lot of times when bunnies go into stasis and people are just going home with meds and not having x-rays, not having blood work, there could have been something sorted out if they had had that done. Unfortunately, I do hear a lot of people that their bunnies have died the next day or a few days later. So it's really important to get x-rays done, to get blood work done. And that'll really help to find out what's going on with GI stasis. Temperature is important too. I always tell people when they go to the vet, ask what the temperature is. Is the temp normal around 102? That way, if it's high, they can be cooled down. If it's low, they can be warmed up. And then meds to take home. It's very important to take a GI stimulant like metoclopramide, which is Reglan, pain meds like meloxicam. There's other meds too. And one thing I find really important and really helps GI stasis is sub-Q fluid. So a lot of times I'll ask people, did your vet give you sub-Q fluids to take home? And they say no, but they did have sub-Q fluids at the vet. That's good, but honestly, having the sub-Q fluids to go home is really good because it really helps hydrate the GI. So I do think that's really important. Of course, older bunnies with heart problems might be a little different. You can't do as much. But those are important things to know. We will be going into more detailed videos, going over everything bit by bit. For now, we're just kind of putting the information out there so you have it, and hoping that you'll also send us emails to caroline@bunnybunch.org. Put Rabbit Time with Caroline in the subject, and whatever you need to know or ask, put it there, and we'll be doing it on video for you. So hope to see you soon. Thanks, a Bunny Bunch.